Oh, it's No Face Movements, April 16, 2013. I'm bringing news on all the viruses that are happening around the world, all these different kind of sickness. It's all about depopulation of the earth. Alright. Also, the chemtrails are weakening us down, weakening our immune system. We're seeing droughts. Plants can't survive, but the GMOs are going to survive because the GMOs got aluminum and barium resistant seeds. That's crazy. So they know something's going on. But here's one article. In Costa Rica, health officials said outbreak dengue fever has sickened 7,000 people, with many cases in some of the Central American country, most popular tourist areas. So it's populated tourist areas. The incidence of illness represent a threefold increase over this time of year, according to Marie Eugene Vallata, medical director of the National Social Security Office, which has been tracking the outbreak. Most of the cases have been reported along Costa Rica Pacific Coast, a popular area for foreign tourists. Officials said about 2,500 cases of dengue fever have been reported there, 8 times more than last year. It's unusual for a high number of dengue cases to be reported during Costa Rica's dry season, which runs from December to April. So this is out of order. This is super strange because it's their dry season. The majority of the cases are documented during the rainy season, which lasts from May to November. Some put warnings and watches out for May to November. It's going to be way worse than 7,008 folds. Alright, folks. We're seeing depopulation on a worldwide scale, all over the world. First, they developed some kind of new virus here. A virus escaped from one of the high-tech colleges and CDC, I believe, department down in Texas just a month ago. Also, on top of that, I told people not to get the vaccine, so don't get the flu vaccine, the pneumonia vaccine, because you're going to get sick no matter what. The only time you take a vaccine is when you're dying, to figure out a way how to fight it. And that's the truth. Also, aluminum is a vaccine that weakens your immune system. And this year was the first year they ever put H5N2 and H1N1 together. Never before have they ever put two different viruses into one. So what's unique about that is that one of those batches that got spread out contains 100% live, accurate viruses. They're going to hijack someone's body out there, and it's going to be two different viruses. They're going to come together and make a new strain. That's why I told people not to get the vaccination. Alright, so I want everyone out there to be prepared for that. Then we see here in China with the H7N9. Alright, the reason there's an outbreak is because people's drinking water there in Shanghai was let me scroll down. The people's drinking water there has been filled with ducks, dead pigs, dead chicken, dead fish. So all that dead animal carcass is releasing into the water, and people are drinking. They're telling people it's alright to drink it. Don't drink that water. That's the reason why we got all of a sudden this new kind of bird flu, avian flu, H7N9. That's really dangerous. There's not even a cure for it. The influenza H7N9 virus is one subgroup among the larger group of H7 viruses that normally circulate among birds. A number of human infections of the H7N9 virus have been reported in eastern China, mostly in the Yangtze River Delta region since late March 2013. That's where all the animals were dead. Some of the patients have died of severe pneumonia problems brought on by the virus. Alright, and now they're saying that this virus is mutating. It can mutate 8 times faster. And they still ain't got the vaccination for this thing. We're going to see it spread. There's been a couple cases now outside of China. Alright, folks. So this thing is going to mutate and mutate. This is going to be a bad virus here, even 2015. Also, we got the chemtrails that weaken the human body, vaccinations, weaken the human body from the aluminum in there. Our trees, our food ain't the same like it used to be because aluminum and barium from chemtrails are weakening it. That's why we got the drought. Our soil is neutral, no organic, no insects that makes the soil natural. Our trees are dying the drought. The only companies that are thriving in this time is the GMO companies, the genetically modify organisms. Alright, folks. Like I said, there's something terraforming the earth and depopulating humankind. Everyone out there, be prepared. Know about sickness. Know about gloves, washing your hands. Alright, folks. Also, don't eat nothing out of the Gulf of Mexico and kind of fish from the BP oil spill and all the dispense that they put on there. Don't eat nothing out of the Pacific Ocean because of Fukushima. There was a 150,000 kilometer square distance of new nuclear waste that just happened last week. So a doctor looks at the lung CT images here and chest films of Maine infected with the H7N9. The new bird flu could be mutating up to 8 times faster than the average flu virus. The new bird flu could be mutating up 8 times faster than the average flu virus around protein that binds it to humans. A team of research scientists in Shenzhen says. Scroll down. Dr. He Jenkin, an associate professor at South University of Science and Technology of China, said yesterday that the authorities should be alarmed by the result of their research and step up the monitoring and control efforts to prevent a possible pandemic. There's already a pandemic, trust me. There's a lot of people out there that's sick, definitely in China, but they ain't going to bring it out because China is a communist country. With the genetic code of virus obtained from mainland authorities, the team scrutinized hemoglobin, a protein that plays a critical role in the process of infection. The protein binds the virus to an animal cell, such as respiratory cells in humans, and bores a hole in the cell's membrane to allow entry by the virus. That's when they fill it up, and then when it blows up, all the little babies come out. The researchers found dramatic mutation of the hemoglobin in one of the 4 flu strains released for study by the central government. 9 of the proteins, 560 amino acid, had changed. In the typical flu virus, only 1 or 2 amino acids could change in such a short period of time, he said. It happened in just 1 or 2 weeks. The speed may not have caught up with the HIV, but it's quite unusual for a flu. The fast mutating makes the virus evolution development very hard to predict. We don't know whether it will evolve into something harmless or dangerous, he said. Our samples are too limited, but the authorities should definitely be alarmed and get prepared for the worst case scenario. So they're telling people to get prepared for the worst case scenario because this thing is going to mutate, and since it's been enough humans, it's going to be able to go from human to human to human, and there's no vaccination. All our bodies are weakened from the chemtrails, our bones, our immune system. All our food is GMO engineered. All right, folks. I want people out there, be prepared. Don't take no vaccination or pneumonia. Drink vitamin C. Or if you do get sick, I'll tell you more about that later. The origin of the virus was puzzling due to its novelty. So it's puzzling to them. So it's genetically engineered. But his research suggests some clues that differ from the mainland authorities' theories. His team compared the new virus strain to all the other H7N9 virus identified in Europe and in other Asian countries that were cited by the Ministry of Agriculture as possible origin of new bird flu, but found them all very different. In fact, the new bird flu was quite similar to some familiar domestic virus such as H9N2, H1N9, and H7N3 found in Xing and Jiangsu. He said researchers could not rule out the possibility that the new virus was carried into China by wild birds, but was more likely to be a local origin. And the local origin was all that mass animal death in that one river, folks. All right. We're seeing different kind of viruses mutating all around the world. This is going to be a serious problem. China, got over 1 billion people. It's the world's largest population, and they're doing Agenda 21, eugenics. Well, everyone out there, be prepared. You're going to see a horrible flu season later on this year. Well, this year we're going to see a lot of viruses, people. All right? Our immune systems are weakened. This is the worst allergy year ever, they said. Want to know why? Because our immune system has weakened. This is the No Face Moon. Please rate, subscribe, comment. Definitely subscribe. Stay up to date to all the latest and latest news, all the latest articles, videos. Also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Blogspot, Critterbox, Gallic Production on astrology and astronomy, and Mystique's channel. So those are my backup channels. This is the movement. Until next time, be prepared. This is the movement. Peace. Be safe.